Welcome back, guys. Today we've got a special surprise. We've got a LSA supercharger kit from Boost District, and I'm going to answer some of the questions that I had myself when I was looking at this kit. There's not a whole lot of information to be found on their website. It's kind of vague. You get a kit and you need some stuff to go with it. But we're going to start off. I ordered this. It was like September 20th, I think, and it took about 7.5 weeks for me to get it. So it's sent on their website 2 to 5 weeks, give or take. Halfway through it, I sent them an email. They answered, told me what belt size to get because I asked them that too, and gave me a scheduled date for when it was going to ship. It ended up shipping a week later than it was scheduled to. No big deal. I knew it was going to be a bit. So to start off with, question: what does this weigh? This whole kit here, that I'm going to go in piece by piece. Shipping weight on it was 100 pounds, 108 pounds. So this don't have the hoses or don't have coolant. We'll go into that too. But so this is going to add at least 108 pounds to your car. Now you are going to take off your intake and stuff, but that don't weigh near what this does. So, and this is going on my 2014 SS Camaro 1LE. So let's get into what comes with this before we get any further. This is actually 3 pieces here. The lid is its own separate piece, and it's going to come with the brick already inside. And I'm going to warn you, there's a little plastic piece that's going to be on your supercharger. Don't lay your lid on top of this with your supercharger, because look what you do. You end up in a few little rolls here. So take it from me, don't do what I did. But this has the brick inside. This is not reinforced. Hopefully we'll be getting this reinforced soon. It does come with all the sensors already in it, as you can see, just like I did. It has our intake air temperature sensor, and we'll be moving that. Traditionally, it is in the mass airflow sensor, but there's a breakout for it, so we can actually plug it in here and actually get the actual intake air. This is atmospheric pressure sensor. It just kind of, if you look at it, it just gets the pressure of the outside air. And this is going to be your MAP sensor, manifold absolute pressure. This is going to tell you how much boost and stuff you're making. So that's already all included. The fuel rail comes with it. It's a factory GM Z01 style fuel rail. And then you get your lower unit. Now this lower unit, this is the 3-inch pulley. That I'm going to run to start with just to see how much we're going to do. Because what happens is, you need extra fuel for your car. When you have extra fuel, then you can run something like this. I'm lucky enough with the 1LE that it has the Z01 255 liter per hour fuel pump. So I should be able to run this without adding extra fuel. If you run this on a regular SS 5th gen, you want to go ahead and get you a Z01 fuel pump and have it put in, or a better fuel system, maybe a DSX auxiliary fuel system, or a actual twin in-tank pump. Moving on though, we have the bolts for the lid and the supercharger. We have brackets here to help move and get the pulleys in the order that they need to be in. So this is for the tensioner. It's going to move it, and this is to add 2 more idlers to help put more tension on this pulley so we don't get belt slippage. So that all comes with this kit, and it's a good looking setup. I wish it was powder coated black, but it's not bad. It's pretty nice. It comes with the block offs for your evap, and I forgot what goes over here. There's another thing, but that blocks that off, so you don't have to have that. You get a coolant reservoir catch can. Just this simple unit. It comes with a bracket to mount it up by your radiator. You get the coolant pump. This is a Davis Craig. Nothing fancy about it. It comes with all the necessary hardware that you probably most of the things we use. We use the harness. It's already got a fuse in it. We have the necessary, this is for the intake air temperature. This is the breakout, what I was talking about. It actually takes the temperature sensor out of the mass airflow sensor and lets you take it right here. We have the MAP extension, the MAP sensor, because it's a different place. We have the throttle body extension for your throttle body since it's being moved over. We have the gasket that goes underneath there for the heat exchanger on the inside here on your brick. The gaskets that go on the bottom to seal to your heads. This is the pipe for the your brake booster, to be able to connect it and be able to get vacuum, because we're going to have to get vacuum up here now. This is the only place that's going to be vacuum. This is all going to be pressurized. So, and the heat exchanger. This is the bolt-in upgraded heat exchanger. It's like a $500 upgrade. It's really similar. It's not branded, but it looks just like the AFCO one. It's fairly thick, well built, good looking design. And you can't put an online order without getting some swag. So they do include, with this whole order, I ended up getting 4 stickers from Boost District and a lanyard, which is small for my big old head. Of course, we know which one's the favorite, the American flag one. So this is what comes with the kit. Let's get into what else we need. First of all, there's no hoses to come with it. You can go down to your local hardware store, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, or whatever, and buy it by the foot. I went on Summit and just bought a 50-foot roll. 50-foot roll was like $40. You go down here to Summit, to Advanced Auto or whatever, they can charge you up to like $8 a foot. So I was a lot better off than trying to bulk up to start with. It's always good to have hose laying around. You're going to need a belt. Just a 6-rib belt, and they'll tell you for your application what size you need to get, running the stock pulley here. We need a set of injectors. These I did not order through Boost District. I ordered these actually through Fuel Injection Clinic, Fuel Injector Clinic. These are the 1200 cc. I think these are 1200 at 47 pounds, but at 58 they're like 1350s. Ooh. And they have the correct connection to go straight to the LS3 instead of having to have an adapter. It's another thing I like. They included all the calibration data that makes it real easy to get in your system. And since I'm taking the intake off this, I didn't want to separate the injectors and the fuel rail, so I ordered another set of clips. Don't buy these individual. They're about $8 a piece individual. The whole little kit here is like $15 and comes with all 8 of them. That way I got brand new ones on there. I don't have to separate that. If I ever want to go back with it, I don't have to pull a bunch of stuff apart. Just kind of go. I got a set of 8 new plugs. These are the ones I've been running with nitrous, B8EFS. These are the ones Holly run on their 1LE when they done the nitrous. They're about 2 steps, I think, colder. They are 2 steps colder than the factory ones. May should have went with 7s, but we'll see. We'll try them out and see how they do. We've got, on this supercharger here, there is a spring type setup in here that allows this to give. So I ordered the Lingenfelter solid isolator. That just makes that a lot more durable, because when you're getting that snap and stuff to it, you don't have to worry about that give and the break and stuff. So this just combines it solid, so it makes a little more whine, I think, with this. So that's always a plus. I did go ahead and get a 160-degree thermostat. Get that put in here while we're doing all this. I got some relays from Summit. That way I can put the pumps and stuff on relays. I don't like to just straight hardwire them. This allowed to have a trigger, so when the key comes on, it'll come on and be able to control a larger amount of current with small mount. And I borrowed this from Chaz. He already had one. It's a crank pin kit. When you're putting that extra torque on your crankshaft pulley, they aren't keyed. They're just press fit kind of. So they will spin on there. So you need to go ahead and use this kit. And it comes with a drill bit that's already been marked. And the adapter, you bolt that up, you drill till that hits that tape, and then you slide one of them pins in there. And that keeps that crankshaft pulley from going anywhere and cause you a lot of trouble down the road. So other than that, what I'm gonna have to get, I don't have currently, is I'm gonna have to get another cold air intake, because the one for the LS3 comes out in the front. This one's drastically moved over to the side, so I have to get one that bolts up to that, just like a Z01 style. They run about $450 to $500 depending on which one you get. I'm looking at the Rotofab. And I also need a fuel rail. The fuel rail for an LS3, the connection's on this side of my particular LS3. The ZL1 is over here. The fuel input that comes up into your under your hood is right here. So I only need like a foot. Which on the LS3, it's a hard line. It comes over and does all this stuff, and it's not usable. So that's kind of the deal. Putting this on, my car made 480 without the nitrous on the stage 4 Brian Tooley cam. Putting this on, I'm hoping to be somewhere in the low 600s up to 650 rear wheel horsepower with this. I think my 255 pump will handle that. It's going to be right at its limit if it gets up around 650. We're going to run it on 93 octane. Later on, maybe we'll go to a DSX auxiliary fuel, smaller pulley, E85. That'll bump it up around the 700 and something mark. But we'll see. Well, also, I'm curious to see how the Brian Tooley Stage 4 naturally aspirated cam is going to operate as a boost cam. A lot of people say that all cams are boost cams. It does have some overlap that's going to lose some boost up as higher RPM because you have the scavenging effect of the cam to get everything out of the cylinder. So I think that's about it for now. If you'll subscribe to the channel, like, follow, hit that bell icon, you'll be able to follow me along this journey. We're going to take this over the next month or so, and we're going to install all this to this Camaro and see how it goes. We'll have to make some adjustments, I'm sure, along the way with anything that's custom. But follow along, and we'll see when the spring comes what kind of times we can get out of her. Thanks for watching.